In tonight's breaking story, Donald Trump's night just fell apart as Kristi Noem ignites a new scandal. That's right, as this government shutdown rages on, as millions of Americans potentially go hungry, Trump and his administration are instead living in luxury. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupied Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as I was saying, this government shutdown is continuing to rage on, and it's only getting worse.
And look, as for J.D. Vance, I got to say, look, I think America has a president, a vice president that don't give a damn about all Americans. They have made that crystal clear. And I mean, at least with Donald Trump, he's transparent about that. J.D. Vance is a total phony. And let me explain why. J.D. Vance rose to some prominence by writing a book about growing up in Appalachia, where there's a whole lot of people who get snapped. He made millions of dollars on the backs of telling their stories, and then he turned his damn back on those very people who he likes to write about and claim as his own. Here's another thing J.D. Vance claims. He claims to be a person of faith. I know my Bible. And my Bible teaches us that we are to love thy neighbor. And we are to feed the hungry. Deuteronomy says if you see a person who is in need, you don't give them a clenched fist, you open up your hand. So for J.D. Vance now to turn around after claiming all these things his whole life and literally go to court to stop hungry people from eating, that is not only phony, it is shameful.
And now even other Republicans are calling on Mike Johnson to just reopen the government.
They just want to make sure that they're able to get access to the benefits that they deserve and that the government is actually open. And I'll add, by the way, I don't think it has helped in any way, shape, or form that the House of Representatives has been recessed for the last 6 weeks, has actually canceled 6 weeks of session that we were supposed to be here. Now, we did pass in the House this clean CR that I voted for that would open the government, and I wish the Senate would just go ahead and pass that, as they had the opportunity to do many times now. But the fact that the House isn't here, I think, has made it harder to find some common ground to get us out of this mess.
So you would ask Speaker Johnson to recall the House?
Not only would I've asked him to do it repeatedly for the last 6 weeks. There's no justification in my view. And honestly, it's Republican voters, I think, who should be most upset about this when they actually delivered a Republican majority. And now that's being wasted because for 6 straight weeks, everything that was on the agenda, all of the legislation we were going to mark up, all of the important oversight hearings have actually been canceled by the Speaker of the House. So that's a big problem, in addition to the fact that we're not here to actually play any constructive role in getting the government back open.
And now Trump's night just fell apart as Kristi Noem ignites a new scandal. That's right, take a look at this breaking story. Kristi Noem just ruined President Trump's night, and the timing could not be worse. Tonight, the Homeland Security Secretary, already under intense scrutiny for her aggressive immigration crackdown, has been hit with a humiliating and deeply embarrassing scandal that is now spreading across social media like wildfire. Here's what happened. According to new reporting, Noem, alongside her alleged lover and longtime Trump ally Corey Lewandowski, attempted to purchase a fleet of 10 Spirit Airlines jets to expand deportation flights and use for their own travel. But there was one massive problem. They accidentally bought planes with no engine. So the planes Noem thought she was acquiring for ICE didn't exist in the form she believed, and the engines would have needed to be purchased separately. Translation, they burned through taxpayer money without even confirming the aircraft were usable. Experts even warned the plan would be more expensive than simply extending current airline contracts. All of this happened while Noem and Lewandowski publicly deny they are romantically involved, even though Washington insiders refer to him as her gatekeeper who travels with her, influences personnel decisions, and shapes enforcement strategy. This is not just waste, it is mismanagement that undercuts the administration's core message. Trump has repeatedly claimed he is running the most disciplined, efficient, and aggressive immigration operation in modern history. But his own Homeland Security Secretary just got caught making one of the most bizarre and avoidable purchasing blunders in recent political memory. And the fallout is already being felt. DHS has quietly paused the deportation flight expansion while officials try to untangle the financial mess. Congressional oversight members are now asking questions. And inside the White House, frustration is reportedly rising fast. The administration wanted headlines focused on strength, order, and immigration control. Instead, tonight's news cycle is dominated by Kristi Noem accidentally buying planes that can't fly. This isn't just a mistake, it makes the administration look reckless and unprepared on the very issue Trump treats as his signature policy. Kristi Noem didn't just embarrass herself, she embarrassed the president, and she did it in front of the entire country. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.